Hey you guys, we're going to do a little bit of a different video today. Usually I'll come in and give you guys an introduction and then of my face, and then we'll scan down to my craft table or my filming station back here. Or we'll just start off right at my desk or my filming station back here. I haven't used this in forever though because I've been lazy. But today I'm just going to keep it at this because I want to talk to you about art journaling, and it's something that I have dabbled in for years. I'm starting to get more into it. And one of the questions that I get a lot is, what art journal do you use? There's so many out there. So I'm going to cover those, give you some samples out of my art journals that I'm working on. Mine are always in progress. So, you're not going to see a complete one today at all because I'm constantly working on them, and I'm going to talk to you about how you can start an art journal as well. There are so many, it's like the sky's the limit with this topic, y'all. Like, there's so much that we could cover. So I'm going to dive into some of that for the month of August, and hopefully it'll give you guys some ideas, a whole bunch of inspiration, and you can make some decisions that are best for you and your artistic journey. The first thing is I want to show you is the different, let's talk about the different types of art journals. They come in different sizes. I have 4 here in front of me that I'm going to share with you. But before I do that, I'm just going to ask you, like I do every video, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I really hope that you consider doing so. It definitely helps me out. YouTube likes that. And then also, there's a little bell. Hit that for notifications on when I'm coming out with new content, new videos. If you have any questions or comments throughout this video, please make sure that you ask them down below. I'll do my best to get the correct answer for you. I always like to reply. I always read everything. So definitely try to communicate with me down there. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share. That really helps me out. All right, so I'm going to talk to you about the sizes. I picked out 4 out of all my art journals that I feel are the best representation that I have on hand of the different types of journals that you can start with depending on what you want. So this one I love. It is by Ranger. It's a Gina Weekly. It's her 6x6, and it has beautiful paper inside of it. Your substrate of what you're working on in your art journal is super important depending on what medium you want to use and how you want your art journal to feel when it's done, because there is a texture to it. I really love this paper. It is a white cotton. There's some texture to it. It absorbs beautifully. Acrylic paints. I haven't used anything that's really, I have used some water soluble, but I pretty much stick to the acrylic paints in here, her heavy acrylic paints. And then what I do with this one is I've turned this into kind of my mixed media journal, and my art journal is how I experiment with different things. So this is one of the first pages that I did, and I did a collage, and I'm experimenting, you know, I'm not going for anything. And then I'm like, ooh, this makes a great art journal for faces. So that's kind of what it evolved into, is an art journal for faces. And this is a Jane Davenport one. And then I believe these are Jane Davenport as well. So just because you have one type of art journal with one particular creator or artist or company doesn't mean you have to stick in it. Like, you can move around and pull other things in still. And here are some of those beautiful napkins that Jane Davenport has out, and so I collaged those in. And by the way, if you see anything that I'm showing you and you want more information on or to learn how to do, please let me know in the comments down below. I totally will listen to your suggestions and definitely try to create something for you, a video, if that's something that's of interest to you. Here's another one that I did, and that's the Jane Davenport. I really like her girl faces, okay? And then this one, I don't like this page, but it's done. I tried to do some stamping on top of a gessoed page in here, and then I tried to use Copic markers, but I learned something. I learned that you don't use Copic markers over gesso. That's what I learned, okay? So there's always a takeaway. And so that's, if you look at your art journal as a place that you can just explore your freedom in art and learn and just practice and play, you won't ever be disappointed. You won't ever, it'll always turn out beautiful. Here's another one that I did. And then now here is some Gina Weekly stuff that I did in there. And you don't always have to have a title on your page. This one, it says you can and you will, but I think I went in later and added that. Sometimes I do that. It's a work in progress. So if you can just free your mind enough to know that it's not necessarily something that always needs to be finished, you will be in a good place. Another one of those Jane Davenport. Now, I did that on tissue paper and then collaged it in. So I can show you guys how to do that if you ever want to know. And then this is some Gina Weekly's. Different collaging with her, some paint, some stencils. And I love this Gina Weekly, these images by her. And so as you can tell, as I progress through the journal, how my style changes, okay? And then here is just a inspirational type mood board, almost, I would call it. Maybe not a mood board, maybe I don't know, just sayings that I like and things like that, okay? And then I love this one. This is the first, I think this is the first face that I ever drew, and I did that live on Facebook. Talk about stupid, but it went over well. And hair is my thing. So I've discovered through this whole process that I really like hair. I love the style of this. This is bright colors against a white background. And on this one, I was learning how to be at peace with white in my background, because that's not something that is always the case. And then here I am, I haven't even started this. I'm just trying to draw a face. And as you can tell, you guys, it's not perfect. Oftentimes my stuff really does suck. It does. And I just keep working it. And if I don't like it, you know what you can do? You just white gesso over the whole thing and you start again. It's not the end of the world. So this is a really great 6x6 album by Ranger. Paper on this is a cotton heavy duty paper. It can withhold a lot of medium, which is important because if you're using paint, you want to have paper. You may not want your pages to leak through to the other pages. That may bother you. I personally think it's awesome, but some people not so much. Okay, another one that I have here is the Dilutions one. And this is like a mixed media smooth cardstock. So this is really great for water soluble sprays and paint and ink. Now, this one I pretty much have just gone through and created backgrounds. I've tried different backgrounds in here, and some of them not so great. Some of them are awesome. Like that one, I was playing with a new pin set. This one, you know, that face again, I just love that face. This one, I'm playing with some stencils and some modeling paste. This one, I got straight off of, it was the, sorry for all my ums and stumbling here, I'm thinking. The Dilution Technique box that I found at Hobby Lobby. This is one of the techniques. Here's another one. So this is just sprays and paints. So this is a really great journal that can withstand, it's by Dilutions, it's also through Ranger, that can withstand liquid mediums. If you're starting in journaling, I highly recommend this one over something like this, just because the paper is a little bit more multifunctional, so you can do more to it and you can experiment more with it. There's no texture on it, it's flat, which is wonderful when you're trying to learn how to do something. And then this one as well. That one's kind of a fun one. So as you can tell, oh, and then this one, I was experimenting with my stamps. Not my favorite page. It's not my favorite page, you know. This one's a fun one. This one I got the idea off of the Dilutions channel, and she just showed you how to do something like this, and then you flip it over and she shows you how to do tip-ins. So don't be afraid to go and watch other people's, you know, or anybody's channels on how to do stuff like that, because it's so fun. This actually is not how that stencil is supposed to be used. That's a draw it stencil, and there is no directions at all. with it, and I ended up using it with some modeling paste, but it turned out cute. So don't be afraid to use up things that you don't know how to use in your craft room, in your journal, okay? Because a lot of things can be used for a different function, all right? So I would recommend purchasing a journal that has a heavy duty cardstock like this, and just playing with some paint and some sprays, some things that you have on hand, and just creating backgrounds. And then once you get backgrounds in, you can feel so inspired to build upon your backgrounds and actually create some really great pages. That one's not my favorite. It's not done yet. That's okay. That one is a complete page. So, oh, this is another one. I love this background. I was just practicing with texture on this and I love it. And then, let's see here. This one is one of my very favorite pages. Do you know what those little circles were? Those circles were samples that I created for a company, and I was learning how to use different mediums. I didn't like all of it, so I ended up cutting circles, and then I just created this page. I love it, love it, love it. All right, so that's just kind of an idea of how you can get started. This is a great starter journal, by far a great starter journal. This is Dilutions, Diane Reevely. Again, you can find it at Ranger. I think the price point on this is really good too. I don't remember exactly. All right, then moving along, if you don't know if you want, you know, a smooth texture, or if you want that beautiful cotton texture from the first one, there is a mixed media journal that is by Gina Weekly. And this journal actually has in it a couple different bindings, like a couple different types of books. And it comes with craft. Then it comes with that beautiful heavyweight paper that's in her smaller journal. Then it comes with burlap. Don't get scared of the burlap. Burlap can be fun. All right, so it comes with all these fabulous different substrates. This is canvas. Okay, so you get a canvas sheet in here as well. So lots of fun stuff that you can actually play on in this. Now, everything I have in here actually is not my favorite. I'm not proud of it, but I'm going to show you because it's a process and it's a journey. But this is a really fun one. She has a new one out that has denim in it, and I did get that. I haven't even opened it up and played with it yet, but it is really cool. All right, so see right here again, I used that stencil incorrectly. Kind of cute, not my very favorite thing in the world. I was learning about color. This one I was learning a technique. I'm not in love with these pages. Okay, now this one I really don't like. I really don't like it, but it's done and it's a process. And then I cut the heart out of the burlap and boom, there we go. All right, I painted those flowers. Here's another one, not quite done. Cute, it's cute. This one I actually really like. I think that's super cute. Again, I was just experimenting. This one not done. And let's see here. And then that one is super cute as well. This one over here. And then this one I just tried to play with a stencil and some modeling paste, and that's what I got. This one I actually was cleaning my gel press plate with, and I cleaned it with tape, and I didn't know where to put the tape, so I put it there. And then here's the start of another one. And then that's the last one I have done in here. So like I said, they're not fabulous, but it's an art journal. You're just practicing, you're just playing. So I want you to keep that in your mind. I don't want you to be scared of it. I know that you can go online and you can just see some beautiful art journals and you can just be like, oh my God, I can't do it because that's not for me. I'm not artistic enough. It's not about that. It's about playing, releasing that creative energy, and it's not going to be perfect every time. So just keep that in mind. Then the other one is this one. And the reason I'm showing you this one is twofold. First of all, you can find journals that actually have pages that are pre-printed in it. And you can also find journals where the pages are almost glossy. This one is not a glossy page journal, but isn't that a fabulous backdrop to something? I mean, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to get into this one. It's a ledger and there's 80 pages in it. Okay. And so it's supposed to look like a vintage canvas ledger, and it's 16 by 16, so it's absolutely huge. And you can find specialty ones like this. There are some that have glossy papers in them. I particularly don't like the glossy because it's hard to use any medium on them. So if I have to tell you to steer clear of anything, it would be check those pages and make sure they're not glossy. If they're glossy, you're going to need to think about things like alcohol ink. And I don't even know if that's going to adhere to it, or, you know, like the like stays on ink and things like that, because it's super hard to work with. So I like something that isn't glossy. So these are my 4 picks that I think would be good journals. If you're really confused, you don't know, I would highly recommend this little one right here. This is a great starter one for you to start it. And the reason why I'm talking about this, you guys, is because I want to get into some art journaling, and it would be wonderful if you guys could take the videos that I'm going to be putting out and go right into your art journal and just start. I really want you to feel confident in what you're doing in your art journal, and I want you to expand that creativity. And when you're able to do that, it really just helps you. Sometimes it serves as therapy for you. I had a problem with depression. I'm depression prone, come to find out. And my art journal was my way of working through some of that emotion. So if you are an artistic person, a creative person, this is a real good thing for you to do, not only to practice your talent and your skill and your hobby, but also just to work through some things emotionally too. All right, so I know this is a little bit of a different video. Thank you so much for joining me, and I can't wait to see you back here and we can play some more in our art journal. Let me know down below, again, if there's anything you saw there and you want to see a tutorial on how to do. I mean, it's all a work in progress in there, okay? That's where I was learning techniques. Think of it that way. Get an art journal so that you can practice techniques you want to learn. That's what you can do. Then you don't feel guilty if you don't like everything in it, because nobody cares, because you're just practicing. There you go, see? And then also let me know which one you like. I do have an affiliated link provided down below for 3 of the 4 art journals. Sadly, I'm not sure if you can find this one online anymore. It is by 7 Gypsies. You might be able to find it in Michael's. However, Michael's has very similar journals to this that are by their company Recollections. So go look at those and let me know which one you end up getting. All right, you guys, have a great day. Until next time, happy crafting.